So this is Algebra 1, Semester 2. This is the 5th unit called Equations Review. And it's the first lesson called Expression versus Equation Practice. It's on creatormath.com under the Algebra tab. You might have to type in creatormath.weebly.com into Google to find it. The instructions are: copy the following problems into your composition book on the correct pages according to the table of contents with the notes for those pages from creatormath.com. So let me model that for you very quickly here. Most of you know exactly how to do this, but just in case. So creatormath.weebly.com is, type that into Google and you'll get it. Sorry, I'm reading my text in the middle of this, so apologize for that. Okay, so here's what the home page looks like. Here's home. So that's what the home page looks like. All the composition book stuff, you guys, is on this first page. Just scroll down until you see in large print, composition book, the picture of it, everything below it, review to get your composition book straight, all right? Let's go to Algebra 1, which is the where all the notes and videos and practice sets, etc. are. This is all vocabulary up front. You really need this PDF. That's all the vocabulary words we have the whole year is on that PDF. You can know all the answers from that PDF. All right, scroll past that to the table of contents. Here we are, Semester 2, table of contents, pages 2 through 6. You should have copied this, all of this table of contents for Semester 2 onto pages 2 through 6 by now. If not, stop what you're doing and copy it in, all right? Every one of these is going to be a line, so it's a lot of lines. All right, we're going to quadratics. Let's find the unit. Exponential functions, no. Here we go, equations review, and this is the first lesson, expression versus equation. Here are the pages where the notes go in your comp book. Don't look at this video for where they go. Go and actually look at the table of contents on the website because this will be wrong by the time you see it. All right, so here are notes. We click notes for this. Sometimes I have to open it twice, you guys. And it looks like this is one of those times. I just watched the picture and it doesn't like clear. You know how it clears up? It loads at first and then it goes high res. There it goes. So now it'll let me expand it. This is talking about what an expression is. 2x is an expression. 3x squared is an expression. 3 plus 5x is an expression. X squared plus 2x plus 1 is an expression. There are different parts to what we talk about in algebra. A coefficient is a number attached to a variable. A variable is, well, like x, a letter that represents some number or any set of numbers, etc. So here's a coefficient, here's a variable, and a power, x squared or x to the power 2. We type 3x caret 2. That's on the computer. You'll see it typed that way to mean 3x to the power 2. This is a constant if it's standing alone. 3 plus 5x, that's a constant. These are called terms. X squared plus 2x plus 1 would be 1, 2, 3 terms. 3 terms is a trinomial. Tri means 3, nomial means terms, practically speaking. Okay, so this would be a trinomial. This would be a binomial because there's 2 terms. This would be a monomial because there's 1 term. All right, let's see what else we got. I can't see because of that header, but this now says equations. Equations has an equal sign. Once you see an equals, now we're dealing with an equation. So a lot of these are what we just looked at. We looked at x squared plus 2x plus 1. Once it's equal to 0, this now has turned into an equation. So if it were without the equal 0, let's hide that, it's an expression. Once it's equal 0, it turns into an equation. Again, a coefficient, a power, a variable, an equal sign, a constant. All right, different things you need to know. An equation is solved, an expression is evaluated. Great. An equation is solved, an expression is evaluated. Basic sort of vocabulary understanding that'll help you work through the problems for this lesson. Give an expression 2x. If x is 3, then the expression is 2 times 3. So if we say 2 times x is our expression, we can plug in anything for x, right? If we just define it as x is now 3, it's 2 times 3, which is 6. And we could plug in any number, you know, say x is 100, now it's 200. Say x is 50, now it's 100, right? So we solve an equation through equation solving techniques. We do the reverse operation. So say we have an added 3 on the left. We want to isolate this variable x. We subtract 3 from both sides. Notice we did the reverse operation. It was added 3, subtracted from both sides. It disappears from the left. We draw a center line down through the equals, and that becomes a left and a right. What we do to one side, we do to the other, so the whole thing remains balanced and unchanged in terms of value. So 21 minus 3 becomes 18. Now we divide both sides by 2 right here because we want to get rid of a multiplied 2. It's a reverse operation. So 18 divided by 2 becomes 9. We take the square root of a power 2 because that is the opposite of a power 2. So again, an opposite operation undoes everything. We're sort of undoing this whole thing down to where we just have an x alone, called isolating the x. And if we take the square root of a 9, we get a plus minus radical 3, or square root, which is plus minus 3. So that's a 3 or 4 step equation. I'm not sure which, but oh, there we go. Now I can see the top. Recitals, vocabulary, expression, equation, coefficient, power, base, terms. Base. Where's a base? So, by the way, anything raised to a power, I'm not sure I said that, but if it's x squared, this is not only a variable x, but it is a base because it is raised to a power. So there's a power and a base. All right, you're putting all this into your comp book on the right pages, and you're doing that before you do the problem sets, right, because that'll help you do them. So, for example, question 1, given x, is this an expression or an equation? Oh, so we just have an x. Given x. Okay, come on, marker. Given x, it's an expression. Why? There's no equals. Given x squared, is this an expression or equation? Expression. There's no equals. Given 3x squared plus 5, expression. There's no equals. See where I'm headed here, right? Let's keep going. Given 3x squared plus 2x plus 5, is this an expression or an equation? Expression. No equals. Wait a second. X equals 2. Is this an expression or an equation? You're now down to equation, right? And that's kind of a basic understanding, but it will get you through the day. And anything more technical than that, I probably am not going to deal with in my class. You can in yours, but that's going to get you through. So here we go. Is there an equal sign? Yes, it's an equation, you guys. X squared equals 9. Given this one, and now I see an equals 0, fine, that's an equation. All right, pretty easy so far. Oh. And we're on our last one, number 8. Expression or equation? Equation. All right, that was easy. So follow the title of this thing. Algebra 1, Semester 2. The 5th unit called Equations Review, and the first lesson called Expression versus Equation Practice on CreatorMath.com under the Algebra tab. Hope that helps.